What's good, squad? Back at y'all with another video. Today's topic is life is a video game. Use your cheat codes. So I'm gonna drop some of the knowledge for y'all on what your cheat codes in life are. For when you're playing this game of life that you're playing. So I made some points like I did in the previous video. So I'm gonna go over the points and then expand on it like I did before. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me as always. Be doing it later in the day. I usually don't do it. I usually do them in the morning, but I was busy, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this one later in the day. It's raining. You might hear it in the background, but hey, we here. Take the gems. You know what I mean? Don't worry about the other stuff. All right. Life is a video game. Use your cheat codes. First, you have to acknowledge that everything is energy. Facts. That's what I always say on this channel. Everything is energy. Anybody that knows me knows energy is everything with me. And every situation you have is an exchange of energy with another form of energy. When you know that, it makes it simple to decide who or what gets access to your energy. Facts. Money is not the true currency in this life. Facts. Your energy is, so you can't just give it to anybody. If they meet you with similar value energetically, that's how you know who to keep around you. If they don't, that's how you know who not to keep around you. Very simple. Your energy is your cheat code. And that is a fact. Your energy is your cheat code at the end of the day. When you can get control of your energy, when you tap into you, like your inner self, when you tap into your energy, you start to learn how to harness it and then how to use it like intentionally. That's when you unlock different higher levels of yourself that you didn't even know were there, and you're able to do things that you didn't know that you could do, and things just come naturally easier to you when you tap into yourself and you work on yourself. When you face your fears, because that's really what it comes down to too. That's how you really all right, I'm gonna get this to you. To really be able to tap into your energy, you have to tap into your darkness. And when you tap into your darkness, so what is that? What am I saying? You have to face your fears. And a lot of fear that people have is actually just facing themselves. Like, a lot of people are afraid to be alone and face themselves. And you don't have to be alone for a long time. Like, even just sitting with yourself for 5-10 minutes and have nothing on, not being distracted by anything, but actually sitting with yourself and thinking about who you are as a person, who you want to be, and thinking about how things in your life transpired and affected you, and how you reacted because of those things and how they affected you, and then saying, okay, this habit that I have because of this isn't good for me, and I don't want to keep reacting in that way. So then now, since I'm acknowledging that, and I'm acknowledging not only the things that have happened to me, but the things that I've done to other people too, the faults that I have within myself. When you actually face that, because that's what a lot of fear is for people, is actually just facing themselves and the darkness that they carry. When you can face your darkness, when you can throw a fade with the devil, I say that a lot during, like, in my videos, and like when I make my music, I allude to I threw a fade with the devil, meaning that I fought the devil. But really, what am I saying? I fought the darkness within myself and I conquered it. So now I can walk around with supreme confidence because I'm not split into two different places. I'm not just all light, and I'm not all just darkness. I have taken the time to work on myself internally and bring both of those powers together. And when you merge light and darkness together in a cohesive balance, that's when you become your most powerful version of yourself. And you're gonna know it and feel it because of the way that you move around and how you interact with people is completely different than how you used to when you were a shell of yourself. So I just gave you a wealth of knowledge right there and gems. If you can tap into yourself and work on your inner self, and face your darkness, face your fear within yourself, you're gonna become the utmost powerful version of yourself. And then from there, you'll be able to start to realize how you can take that power within you and utilize it in your life to make your quality of life better. You're gonna walk around like a superhero. basically, because you're gonna be a souped up version of yourself, because your energy isn't split into two. It's actually molded itself into one. That was a gem. That was bars. You know what I'm saying? All right, next point. There's multiple ways to make your life easier. One is using your cheat codes. There's somebody in your life who has been telling you all the answers to your problems. These are facts. I'm telling you. I learned this for myself. I had somebody in my life who was giving me all the answers, but I was ignoring what they were saying and was making my life harder. As soon as I started to actually listen to the person who was divinely put in my life to give me all the answers to the test, I started to pass the test with flying colors very easily. I didn't have to work as hard to pass the test because I have a built-in cheat code giving me all the answers. All I have to do is just tap in with them. Facts. There's somebody in your life who's been telling you all the answers to your problems. Or is more than willing to help you get the answers you need. Facts. But you've been ignoring the advice. Excuse me, because of your ego, and that's what it comes down to. We all have egos within us. We all have pride. So a lot of times we want to do things our way, or we don't want to be told from somebody else how to do something because of our ego. Our ego is saying, I don't need you to tell me anything. I'll figure it out myself. I'll do it on my own. I don't need nobody. I can do this all by myself. That's what your ego tells you. It's in your ear like, yeah, I'm just that great and all this other stuff. But really at the end of the day, nobody ever really gets anywhere but without some sort of help from somebody. And that's a fact. Like all the stuff that I've attained in my life, I didn't do it just by myself. There are a lot of things that I did do by myself, but I'm saying, like, even within the stuff that I did by myself in some sort of way. If you really think about it, somebody played a part in that situation. So you didn't really do it by yourself at the end of the day. So it's like the ego tells you, because it wants to keep you safe. And in one stance, your ego is there to keep you safe. So it'll tell you don't do this or don't do that, because it wants to keep you in a comfortable spot, like what you're used to. But when you need to elevate and move past things, that's when your ego becomes a detriment, because you really should be moving past where your comfort zone is. That's what growth is about. When you want to grow, you want to keep elevating yourself. So you can't stay in that comfortable spot for too long. At some point it's time, okay, now it's time to grow. And when that comes about, that's where the ego gets in the way, because the ego is like, no, we're good here. Like, we don't need to do anything else. No, we're good. This has been working for us for however long. We'll just stay here. But it's like, nah, if you want to elevate yourself and become a better version of yourself, you have to put the ego aside and the pride down and actually take in advice from people who have the best interests at heart for you. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people in your life who are literal cheat codes, and if you tap in with them, they'll give you the answers to whatever it is that you're trying to figure out and make your life way easier. I'm telling you from experience. That person is a literal spiritual guide, life hack. The more you embrace them, the easier your life will be, which is what I just said, and that is a fact. I'm telling y'all, if y'all can, you got somebody in your life who was put there divinely for you to make your life easier on all different levels too. It's not just advice wise. It's somebody in your life who, when they come around, they make your life better on all different levels. And if you can tap into that, that's gonna make your life better. The person was literally put there for you. But I'm telling you, we all think about when in the movies, like when you have a main character in a movie and they're going through, you know how the main character will be going through different trials and situations and stuff like that. They'll be down in the dumps, like something's going on. There'll always be this one character that comes in, and it's like when it seems like when everything's down bad, that this one character comes in, and for whatever reason, that character feels like it's their duty to help that main character to rise back up and live their best life. That happens all the times in movies. If you really pay attention, that's how it goes. Like there'll be some sort of guy, sensei, master, a random person out of nowhere, like an earth angel, just came out of nowhere and was sent divinely to that person to help them out of that situation. movies and TV shows and games and stuff like that, all they do is portray real life. So that's why I'm saying life is like a game, because at the end of the day, it really is. If you really think about it, it's like GTA. So that's what it comes down to. Embrace that cheat code, that person who is a cheat code in your life. When you go to them, they be having answers for you and you just ignore it. To where if you would have just listened the first time, your life would have been way easier and you wouldn't have had to have gone through all the stuff that you went through. I know this from experience. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm giving you the cheat code right now. All right, next point. When you link up with the right person and both of you combine your energy to the right frequency, you can create an infinite glitch of blessings and manifestations together. I know this to be a fact, for sure. The right connection will create a spark that ignites a powerful chain reaction of energetic pulses. And since everything you put out comes back to you, that same energy will return to said people 10 times stronger. This is a fact. I'm telling you. I have had this experience within my life. And when it happens, it's always so crazy because it's like, yo, there is no other explanation than we are meant to co-create together. Like, me and this other person are meant to co-create together, and every time we come together, good stuff just happens, and it happens just effortlessly. Like it was divinely set to be that way. And it's like, the more you ignore it, the harder it is for you to manifest stuff. But like when you really are tapped in to what you need to be tapped into, and you acknowledge and embrace that person for what they are in your life, that cheat code, because that's what they are. They are a cheat code for you to manifest better and easier. Your life is going to be better and easier by having this person around you. When you can tap into that and embrace that person, and y'all meet, y'all mesh together and on a frequency of love, joy, fun, togetherness, compassion, you're going to create situations and make things happen in the world just off of your energy. Because when you combine energy at that high frequency, it molds together. Like I was saying with the light and the dark within you, when you bring your energy together with somebody else, it makes it exponentially more powerful. So when you want to manifest or create something, you can make it happen way faster with way more success and way more power, just by the two of you being on the same page. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it works. Like when it comes down to you having a connection with somebody, when you have a real deep connection with somebody, that is a bond that was literally set up by the divine for you to flourish within your life. And the more that you tap into that connection, the easier your life is going to be, and the better quality of life that you're going to have when you do that. I promise you. Next point, be open to new ideas and ways of viewing situations. You can learn a valuable lesson from people of all ages and walks of life. Obviously, elders have a wealth of knowledge to share, but if you pay attention to kids, they will teach you things as well. That is a fact. And this is where I even got the whole cheat code thing from. I was playing, I forgot what game I was playing with my son the one day, but we were working on some sort of game. I think maybe it was Cuphead. We couldn't get past this specific board, and he wanted to look it up and like find the cheat code for it so we could look it up. And I was like, no, let's just figure it out by ourselves. But then what I started to realize is we weren't having fun no more, because it was so hard that it went from being fun to being, now we're both annoyed because we can't get past this board. So then I was like, you know what? I told her, like, just look it up. Let's see. So he looked it up, and we got the what we needed to get off of YouTube, and we implemented it in the game, and immediately it became way more fun. And what it made me remember was when I was younger, having that GTA glitch to where you can get the money glitch where you put all the money in. And I remember thinking like, yo, the game was fun before I had that glitch. But as soon as you put that glitch in, you get the unlimited money and unlimited ammo and unlimited guns or whatever it was. It made the game infinitely way more fun. So it's like, again, you can learn something from that. My son brought me back to that point and taught me like, yo, we could be having way more fun if we just infinite glitch this thing. And so that we can play the game the way we want to play it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying in this video. You have glitches and cheat codes that are right around you in your life, and oftentimes you're not utilizing them because you have a block up on yourself from reaching out and utilizing it, and it's your ego most of the time. That's exactly what it was for me when he tried to initially pull up the game. It was like, no, I want to figure this out myself. I don't need a cheat code. But as soon as I dropped the ego and we just went on ahead and found the little cheat code, I was having way more, everything was way easier. We were back to having way more fun, laughing, having a great time, and we created a great memory together. So that's what I'm telling y'all with this. Like, use your cheat codes in life. It makes it better. It makes it easier. It makes it funner. Why do you want to struggle, and why do you want to keep yourself away from the good feeling things in life when you can easily just tap into the cheat codes that are being put there divinely for you by the higher up powers in the world, so that you can have a better experience. Tap into your cheat codes and use them. I'm telling you, I do. I don't hold myself back from nothing that I know is gonna make my life easier or is gonna bring me fun, peace, joy. I don't hold myself back from it, and I advise you don't either. The only thing I hold myself back from is people and energies that don't mesh with me anymore. You know what I'm saying? But for the people who are around me, who bring me good vibes and good energy, I'm all about it. So, all right. And then the last thing, I'm gonna give you a cheat code to the cheat code. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you how to tell who's a cheat code for you in your life. And listen to what I'm saying, because I'm gonna tell you right now how you can tell who's a cheat code in your life. And if you pay attention, you'll be able to weed it out. I know I'm a cheat code. I'm a walking cheat code. When I come around, good stuff just happens. But that's because of the energy that I'm walking within, the joy that I have about life, the way that I view life, the way that I treat people. I give out good energy. So naturally, I'm always having good energy coming back to me tenfold, because whatever you put out there is going to come back to you tenfold. So I always naturally have good energy coming back to me. So that means when I come around people with a great energy, loving, giving energy, I'm going to create some sort of situation that's going to make them feel better, which again, by me having good energy and tapping in with their energy, making their energy feel better, that means I'm going to create a situation for not only me but other people to feel good. And within that, I'm already creating a different vibe as soon as I come in a space. That's what you should do too. Work on yourself, and then that way when you come around, other people will feel your wholeness, and then by them feeling your wholeness, it'll help them and inspire them to want to be whole within themselves. You know what I'm saying? All right. The cheat code to the cheat code. How to tell who is a cheat code for you in life. When you're around the person who is a cheat code specifically for you in life, things will flow effortlessly, I promise, in favor of both of you. Facts. Positive situations that can't be explained will happen at a pace that doesn't make sense. Literal miracles are going to start happening, and you're going to be like, yo, there's only one. You didn't do that. I know I didn't do that, and I know you didn't do that. So there's only one thing. It was divinely set up to be that way, but it's because of the co-creation between the two people and how your energies mesh together and the vibe that you create together. Because everything in the world is a vibration. So the higher you vibe, the more whatever you vibrate out is going to come back to you. So the higher you vibe out, the more quality high vibe things come back to you. Period. That's just the way that the world works. That's the law. And when you can get that down, life is easy. Easier, I should say. There's still, you're still gonna have things that you come up across, but you'll be able to handle things easier, and then better quality things will be coming to your life because of where you're vibrating, the frequency you're giving off. You will feel at ease, and time will literally feel like it stops or is a non-factor. This is a fact. I'm telling you. You will have a deep understanding of each other without having to actually say anything, like a mental telepathy you share. These are facts. You ever get around somebody who you don't have to say anything to them, they just know what's going on with you, like they can feel it or they know what you're thinking? If that happens, that person is a cheat code for you in your life, and you should keep that person around you by all means necessary. And y'all should be co-creating and making things happen to better each other's lives. Y'all literally are supposed to be working together, because the connection between the two of y'all is so strong that divinely set up to be that way. I'm telling you. Every time you get around that person, I guarantee you good things happen, because y'all vibe with each other and the frequency is high when y'all come together. They will push you to be a better version of yourself, not by pressure, just by their presence alone. Facts. When you're around the right person, they don't have to do anything to inspire you for you to want to be a better version of yourself. It just happens naturally, because the energy that you create between the two of y'all is bouncing off of each other. So if let's say one person does something and they elevate their energy and frequency, it's going to inspire the other person who's connected to you to do the same thing, because you're connected. It's like a soul tie. Like if you got a soul tie with somebody, that is somebody who is they're there for your, that is a cheat code for you. That person, you're supposed to be co-creating with that person, and you guys are supposed to be helping each other to grow, to advance in life on all different levels. And if you come together and actually really work together, things are going to happen that don't make sense to like what we're used to, but on an energetic side of things, it makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? When you start to see things in energy and not just this 3D world we live on, when you start to see things in like the 5D, like how I see things, you'll understand that everything is energy first, and then it becomes physical. So when you come together and you create that energy between each other, it's just going to manifest in a way that it needs to manifest. But that's how you understand who's a cheat code for you in your life. That's how you use the cheat codes in your life. And that's it for that one, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through, hanging out with me, soaking up the knowledge, passing it to whoever might need it. I'm hoping that you're having a good day. As always, I'm sending love out your way, and I'm out.